More things you have to think about the 2018 Cadillac CTS-V. The 2018 Cadillac CTS-V. With much more strength than anybody really needs, uproarious commotions that will in a flash put hair on your chest like a Chia Pet, and a body that ought to be a dynamic benchmark for the Germans, Cadillac has demonstrated the third time is the appeal for CTS-V. In the wake of going through almost 7 days with a 2018 Cadillac CTS-V in Los Angeles, we concocted 8 things you just should think about the American super vehicle. Light on its feet. The third-age Cadillac CTS-V sets a high bar for its elements. With a check weight of 4,141 pounds, it's 374 pounds lighter than the 2018 Mercedes-AMG E63 S, a model that is a whole improvement cycle more current than the Caddy. Take a corner at speed in the CTS-V and its reflexes are prompt. The controlling isn't horrendously overwhelming, however you can misleadingly dial in more heave in case you're into that kind of thing. It's dynamic and gives enough street input. This isn't Porsche 911 GT3 review controlling, however it's great. The skeleton is splendid, light, and progressively amazing with how armada of foot it feels as you push it. The weight of the motor in advance is available, yet not meddlesome. Credit to the Cadillac building group for their amazing capacity to influence a class featherweight to feel considerably lighter than it is. Heart of the Big Nasty. Stamp Bruce, official VP of Item Advancement at GM, named the C7 Chevrolet Corvette Z06 the Big Nasty, and the third-age CTS-V utilizes the same 6.2-liter supercharged LT4 V8 conveying 640 pull-10 drive short of a similar motor and the Z06 in a 4 entryway car. The main generation car with a more crazy motor is the Dodge Charger Hellcat. Unobtrusive, it's most certainly not. In the event that you need to fly under the radar, the 2018 Cadillac CTS-V most likely isn't the auto for you. The gigantic air deltas on either side of the grille in advance to bolster the intercoolers aren't unpretentious. Nor is the swelling hood with vents for warm extraction. The flared front bumpers with practical air extractors, quad debilitate tips out back, and gigantic back deck lid spoiler all give the CTS-V a threatening disposition. What's more, that is before you consider the accessible $6,250 carbon fiber bundle my test auto had, which replaces the front and back diffusers, hood vent, and back spoiler with uncovered weave carbon fiber. It's noisy. It's glad. In the event that the outside plan doesn't some way or another get you saw the commotion the CTS-V makes will. Essentially, it's uproarious. It has a dynamic fumes setup. However, why trouble? Simply default it to track mode and let that fumes sing throughout the day. Ordinary. A chilly begin just sounds mean, and in the event that you happen be to in a concrete parking structure, forget about it. Your grandma may require a difference in underpants. I filled the slopes of Malibu with the sweet hints of a vast dislodging V8 and supercharger cry. The gullies may at present be resounding. It's parched. There's no such thing as a free lunch. All that clamor and power comes at extraordinary cost as fuel. The CTS-V chugs it regardless of the circumstance. Impacting through the slopes of Malibu, I saw a demonstrated normal of 5.4 miles per gallon on the Excursion PC, and when for the most part hauling it around town in Los Angeles, a simple 13.4 miles per gallon. It prefers the well done, so anticipate normal premium fuel stops. Moving is its powerless spot. Notwithstanding having the Z06's motor, the Cadillac's 8-speed programmed transmission isn't the same, paying little respect to having a similar number of forward apparatuses. The Z06's transmission is a transaxle setup, whereas the CTS-V's 8-speed jolt's ideal to the back of the motor. While changing the auto's modes between touring, sport, and track do change the move examples and calculation, it's extremely not by any means detectable. The performance algorithm shifting in performance algorithm logic, long methods for saying versatile rationale calculations, will consequently adjust the transmission's modifying to do its best to coordinate your present driving style. It completed a splendid activity in the back slopes of Malibu. After a couple of turns of hard driving it understood what was happening and would hold the apps longer, downshift snappier, and keep the motor revs up. Once back onto the quiet Pacific Coast Highway, it took one moment or two to understand the change and adjust once more. It's a nitpick, however it would be perfect if the 3 modes would kick the transmission into much more forceful programming to diminish the adjustment delay. The directing wheel-mounted door shifters are set right, however they react excessively gradually to inputs. Brakes for a considerable length of time. The CTS-V's brakes more than compensate for any transmission miscues. The Brembo framework is solid, with enough power to toss you forward into your seat, and they're regressive to the point that they'll trigger the auto's safety belt securing instrument in certain, especially hard braking circumstances. Ask me how I know. The chomp is solid with dynamic pedal development and no discernible blur while being pushed on the byways of Malibu. The front 15.3-inch rotors are gotten by amazed 6-cylinder calipers, and the back's 14.3-inch rotors are controlled by 4-cylinder calipers. The outcome, halting force that imparts and conveys certainty. A decentish team, everything considered. Beginning at $86,295, the 2018 Cadillac CTS-V isn't modest, however it represents a decentish team. Attach the carbon fiber bundle for $6,250, extravagance bundle for $2,500, Recuro front seats for $2,300, execution information recorder for $1,600, gas guzzler expense of $1,000, dull gold Brembo brake calipers for $595, and softened cowhide secured controlling wheel for $300 that my test auto was outfitted with, include the $995 gold charge, convey the 9, and all of a sudden you are at $102,735. That is a great deal of cash, until the point when you understand a base 2018 BMW M5 with less power begins from $103,595, and the 2018 Mercedes-AMG E63 S stickers from $104,400 without choices. The CTS-V abruptly could be known as an S-team, which is sufficient support for us. Thank for watching.